I've been obsessed with navigation lights for RC airplanes for a long time now, since I discovered the power of microcontrollers. And about 2 years ago I had the idea of making a complete and configurable navigation light system for UAVs. Something more complicated than the simple strobe circuit available at the Joyplanes store. So I started working in this idea and quickly found the complexity involved with it, especially in the software and also the hardware. So I made different prototypes, but I decided to hire a programmer who could program what I needed in C++ and C programming language for an optimal functionality. Before that, I went to Fiverr and hired someone to make the code in Arduino, but it didn't work. It was not what I asked for, so I lost a little bit of money. Then I moved to another platform and posted the job. And in this platform, people is much more professional, so I hired a professional software developer, this gentleman here, and he was extremely good and very professional doing this. This process took few weeks and a couple of bug fixes, but in the end I was extremely happy with the results, and then I had to move forward with the creation of the hardware. The first step towards developing the hardware for this project was to make a mock-up or a prototype on the breadboard. I used KiCad to make this design, and after it was ready I ordered the first prototype PCBs for this project using JLC PCB, the sponsor of this video. JLC PCB is my #1 choice when I want to fabricate any professional circuit board. It's the best price in the market, you get a professional finish and fast delivery. So after a few days I get my first prototype and it didn't work. So I had to redesign it and add some other features that it was missing. But then I realized that I had to do much more and I didn't have the time. So again I went back to hire another engineer to make the redesign of this board, and the process took about 2 months. Then I made a mistake, I lost some more money, but after all this work, money and time invested in this, we have this. So this is the JoyLight version 1.3 system, and it's finally ready. The JoyLight system can be configured to have realistic strobe, beacon, position, landing and auxiliary lights on your aircraft. The timing of the flashing lights can be set on the board itself by pressing a few buttons, adjusting the timing with the potentiometer and then saving the new configuration. This new configuration will be stored and ready to go next time you power the board again. There is a separate output for each set of lights, and the timing of each one is completely independent. The best part is that you can update the firmware easily, which can contain new strobe patterns or some other changes. This board has 2 PWM inputs to control the lights from your radio with a single switch or even 2 switches, so you can turn the lights on or off remotely. Or you can even use it without a radio system connected to it, and it will work in the manual default mode, which is the one that kicks in automatically when no PWM signal is detected. The board fits off a 2S up to a 4S LiPo battery, and a small pack should be enough to run the lights for many hours. This system will have some firmware updates to fit many use scenarios, so it's not a system that will have only the default modes and you will get stuck with them. The advantage here is that this system can be used as a very realistic navigation lighting system, replicating the patterns of full-size commercial or military aircraft. Or you can use it for some other kind of radio control project. Where can you get this board? Well, the very first batch will be limited to those who would like to get one as soon as possible. Check in the description below for more information. If you are watching this video in the future, the board should be available now. Now it's time to put the board in use. Let's mount it in one of my RC planes and see how it looks in the air. Bear in mind that this is still a production prototype and the lights and wiring might be different in the final product, but in the end it will be very similar.